everyone, I'm Axelsims, and this is Final Fantasy IV Knights of Baron Challenge. Yes, last episode, we killed people. Actually, we killed the 4 elemental fiends again, and it was hard. Not that fun, to say the least. But that's okay. Because this episode is not going to be nearly so hard. We're going to be fighting the main core of the giants, the CPU, and it is by all means not the hardest thing in the world. Fast forwarding a little bit there. We've all seen this before. I'd rather not, actually. So, yeah. Oh, that's going to take forever. Fast forward! Ah! Abuse! I'm being abusive. Die! Centaurs. Alright. Hey, we gained a level. Alright, it's not so bad. So anyway, yes, and while we're doing the whole thing with the CPU, which doesn't really matter, 57, you can do this. By all means, it's not the hardest boss fight. Very simple, anyone who's ever played the game before actually could easily do this. I would recommend being around this level, though, as you do have to be powerful enough to heal the laser blasts from the attack node. And that's basically all there is to the fight. Take out the defense node, and you don't have to worry about reflect since we're not using magic on the thing. Actually, I am curious. I'm not entirely sure. I think I remember something about the, if you cast a spell and it's reflected, it's stronger. Not entirely sure on that one. It doesn't matter if it is. Here, let's check this out real quick. Real quick, we'll just figure out. Sure. Does the same amount of damage. Okay, so or healing. So it's really not that useful. Anyway, so while this boss fight is going on, I'm not going to fast forward. Basic strategy with either a solo Cecil challenge or a Knights of Baron challenge. Take out the defense node, spam attack on the CPU, make sure not to kill the attack node or else you will die, and if you get to, I think it's safe to say, if you get to 800 HP, you need to start spamming Kira. And that's about it. So other than that, let's talk about the future of my channel, because this is going to be very interesting. I have made a personal goal, because there's actually been a lot of people watching my videos, well, specifically my Lavender Town videos, but because of that, I'm assuming this channel is getting more views. I've decided that it's really time for me to buckle down and actually start doing things like I should. Recording more of my main LPs, and the audio's being crappy again, more often. So I've made a personal goal of myself to, whenever I record a video, whether it be fan fiction with a secondary character, or just anything in general, I do kind of have, or I kind of want to start recording Dungeons of Dreadmore again, which I did actually try to record that, but I failed miserably. I also found out why there wasn't very much game audio last episode, if you didn't notice that. It was because I somehow screwed up my recorder and I made it so that it didn't record system sounds like it is now. Which I made sure to double check that before I started the video because I really didn't want to go through all this again. I did actually test this fight beforehand just to make sure if I could take it or not without level grinding. And I got through it alright. It took a little while, but you should be able to kill the CPU before you run out of magic. But anyway, I decided that I was going to record a video of my main LP, which will be, right now, it's Final Fantasy IV, Knights of Baron, but afterwards it's going to be, well, I don't know. But whatever it is, I'm going to record a video of that in between every other video I do. So, I'm going to always be working on that at least a little more. Which is good, because I've been doing this LP for a long time now, and I have not finished it. And I really should have finished it by now. I mean, we are pretty close to the end. And I really should have finished the video, or not the video, but the series by this point. I mean, I've been lazy, and, well, it's not just me being lazy. I also have moved to a temporary location, and I'm actually staying at a hotel right now. Among other things that have gotten in the way. Really, it's not a good excuse to not be recording, but I can't say why I haven't recorded in the last week. It's because my dad's basically had a vacation week off, and I tend to only record when I'm only at home alone, or when I'm doing guest commentary, like fanfiction with secondary characters. I try to avoid otherwise being around other people, not only to cut out the background noise, which I try to avoid at all possible, because you didn't come here to listen to the fan in the background, for example, which you actually can't hear the fan in the background, which is good, but you know what I'm saying. Random people. That's why I generally record at night, because generally people don't come over. So it's about 6 minutes in. This fight has not taken very long, and it's not been hard to say the least. Thankfully, this boss fight is, while uninteresting, at least very not difficult, and I don't have to record, or not record, but I don't have to level grind, which is something I've been trying to avoid. That's, after all, the whole point of this LP, is to do something similar to a solo character challenge without having to level grind to level 95 by the end of it, or being level 95 at the end of it. You know what I'm saying. Because that's the whole problem. That's why I didn't really do a solo character challenge like I generally do. It's because, you know, Demon Wall have to be like level 85 for it. It's ridiculous. And Kane is only here about half the game, so it is very similar to a solo character challenge. It's just not the same thing. And that's why I like it. And that's why I did it. So, anyway, back to the actual game. Well, actually, no, there's really nothing to talk about the actual game now, is there? It's a shame this game doesn't have a critical attack like 6 does. When you're in very low HP, you can actually sometimes pull off an extremely powerful move. The only problem with that is that some of those are untargetable, but and I might have accidentally attacked the attack node, and that would probably end the game right then and there, because if you've never played this game before, if you take out both the nodes, the CPU does a nice little attack that does 9,999 damage to one character, and it's unavoidable. Seeing as how we only have one character, it would spell out instant death, and we don't want that, obviously, since, you know, we're trying to beat the game. So anyway, other than I plan on doing Dungeons of Dreadmore, I also plan on doing something I haven't done before, Spelunky. Now, for those of you who have never played Spelunky, it is a indie game, just like Dungeons of Dreadmore. I'm going to be playing the computer version, not the Xbox Live arcade version, because I don't have Xbox Live, and to be honest, I'm not really complaining about that at all. It's nice, but there's more important things. Alright, so we took him out, which was rather fast, actually. It's only 8 minutes in. I'm almost considering continuing on past this. The only problem with that is that I'm not entirely sure where well, I haven't ran through the final dungeon again to make sure I have everything in control of. So it might end up, we're gonna be risky here. Oh, wow. Eesh, double lasers. He should be dead. Yeah, he's dead, okay. I was gonna say, they only have about 5,000 HP. So let's put that out of the way. Peter's done. Woohoo! We destroyed the mainframe. Why, you? I'm not gonna do voices. Anyway, Golbez is mad. Fusoya's like, you! I know who you are, even though you're dressed pretty 100% covered, but maybe he can sense life force or something like that. I don't know. And this is where one of the other things of Cecil kind of comes into play. his whole... Oh, sorry, I'll wait for a little bit. I don't want to spoil things for those who haven't watched this before. Oh, hey! His father's Kluya. That must mean he's my father. Not my father, my brother. My bad. Huh, so sorry. Yes. Turns out that Golbez was our brother all along. Surprise, surprise. And this is where one of the other interesting things about Cecil is... He says he basically hates him. And he wonders why he wasn't chosen. Oh, right, because he wasn't evil as Golbez was, even though he was a Dark Knight, and he slaughtered an entire village of mages. He's not evil. Golbez is evil. I am a Larian, like you. Screw Cecil, though. He's not important. Mages for the win. Of course, in the after years, where you can actually play as Golbez, spoiler alert, he's kind of a mix between Black Mage Fighter. And, yeah. Rosa points out the obvious. Rid is a badass. And we decide to, actually go follow him out. That's nice. Oh, we get Kane back! Oh, sorry, spoiler alert, we get Kane back. He appears in 5 seconds. This way! Here I am. Convenience. And Edge is an asshole the entire time. I don't want to hear it from Edge, honestly. I mean, Cecil got stabbed in the back. But literally by Kane. I mean, come on. Kane kicked his ass. So Edge never got his ass kicked by Kane. So there's really no point. There's no room for him to be all bitching about it. And we get out, of course. Alright. And Kane's all, I'm sorry. And yeah. Edge is an asshole. But, Cecil! Another thing that I don't get with the whole Paladin thing, and Rosa's standing up for him because, why not? They're friends. You know, he's a Paladin. He's supposed to be the Holy White Knight of Paragon of Good, and he's filled with hate, and Edge is still being an asshole. That's okay, because Kane is still a badass regardless, and... Cecil decides to go, finally, to the moon! And he basically they all pull a douchebag move here by being all like, no, women can't join us, they're women. They're powerless and weak. And Rosa goes back to the kitchen where she belongs. The cardboard cutout kitchen, made specifically for that cardboard cutout. Just kidding. Women are awesome. Seriously. I'm not joking. And Edge kind of has a little touching line there. And the males are all like, yes, let's do this! And the auto's being fucked up. The audio. Ugh. I also don't understand how this happens. I don't exactly know how one exits the lunar whale, but you think they would not be able to just hang out there. Oh, spoiler, yeah, they're kind of, you know, hanging out there still. They're not going to just let us go. Rosa pulls a, I'm not letting you go unless you take me with you, and it doesn't make sense because you could just turn around and go through the other exits, and yeah, oh, mushy gushy. It worked! Rid is the master manipulative person. The puppet master. Well, Rid is enough of a badass, I could say that. Anyway, so, and... bonus, you can actually get the other party members if you cared for them. Since this is the solo or the Knights of Baron challenge, we're not going to bother because who gives a crap. Okay, so one thing I am going to do right now is I'm going to put this off. And oh, apparently he can't equip the light robe. Well, makes sense, I suppose. We're actually going to be going back to Earth real quick to resupply. Do I want to do the final dungeon today? Not so sure about that. Well, while we're talking about it, since we're supplying, Mysidia will work for this. There are a couple of things I need to talk about the final dungeon. Now, for anyone who's played Final Fantasy IV before, they should know that there is a couple of bonus bosses you can fight in the final dungeon in order to get the best equipment available. Now, we're going to be avoiding most of those boss fights. Now, you may be wondering why. I mean, this is not necessarily a 100% run, but you know, don't you want to at least do the final dungeon thoroughly? And, oh, I'm sorry, I did not know that my inventory is full. It is actually, I need to fix that. There's a couple of things we can sell while we're here, but there is a couple of reasons why I'm not going to be doing that. Some things we can sell is this, and this. Pretty sure we don't need that Bell of Silence. Let's sell the hourglasses, I never found those useful. Don't need Stardust, don't need Kiss Lilith, don't need those because it's lame. And what else? Also, before you go to the final dungeon, get gold needles. Just saying. It's really helpful. I'll keep the Arctic Wind. Definitely keep the curtains. Keeping the swords. The Defender's actually stronger than the Gungrave, or whatever you want to call it. The weapon that Kane has equipped as of this moment. Sell those. Oh wait, no, I didn't want to sell my fire shield. God, oh no. Sad face. It's okay, we're probably not going to use it. If not, I'll just revert to an earlier save. It's not that big of a deal. Swords. Okay, so we probably don't actually need to max out on tents. We're probably good as it is. I'm gonna buy ahead some more needles just in case. Probably should, yeah, let's do that. And that should actually be enough. But there's the reasons why I'm not doing the extra boss fights is because of two reasons. One of them is that we can't use half the equipment they give us anyway. It's true, we can't. So we can get another heal in there, let's go ahead and do that. And then spam tent until we're at full HP and MP because we do not want them reviving. So, anyway. The one reason is because we can't use half the equipment because half of it is for the other party members. The other reason is because they have a lot of experience when they get killed, when you... yeah. Mumbling because I suck. And I don't really want to level grind at all. I actually want to avoid level grinding. I will probably fight most of the actual fights in the final dungeon. But the boss fights, I really don't want to end up getting to like level 60. I think that's what I'm going to call it quits at. If I get close to level 60, I'll probably just start running from battle. Oh no, actually, I'm almost at level 60. 65. Let's make it 65. Anyway, so here's my afterward save. And yeah, we're not done on supplies, by the way. So the two things I will be doing is I will be going after the Ragnarok, and I will be going after the, I can't remember, Holy Lands. We will be getting those because they are useful and we will need them. Yes. And the auto is good. That beats me. I swear, there's no reason for it. The emulator does that sometimes, I guess. You, get over here. You! I don't even know if you're the one I want. You're not what I want. Pretty sure I showed this area off before. Yep, here we go. Alright. Rat Max for those. There's a car in the background. Get some ethers, because why not? I'm not really going to use them, but why not get the ethers? Ah! Stop that. So anyway, yeah, final dungeon. Woo! Yay! It's time to end this. Well, not really. I don't think I'm going to clear out the entire dungeon today. I really don't think so. I could, but I'm not sure if I want to. I mean, it would take a long time. Running from fights because we can. No, we don't actually have to run from fights. I really should fight those battles. I'm not going to fight that battle, though. That's just painful. Not worth it, to say the least. Now, let's see here. I will be trying to get the best equipment for the two characters I have. Can't fight this battle because we can't win. Black Clans, you know, defense against physical attacks is like impenetrable almost. So yeah, you know, it's kind of a waste of time. Man, just walking to the final dungeon is damaging. I mean, they are pretty powerful monsters. I'm not surprised, but all right, let's finish. Let's fight this battle. Now, while the defender on Kane is actually stronger than his normal attacks, jumping with the defender is not nearly as powerful as jumping with the lance, and it does more damage than the base attack. And I like Cecil taking most of the damage anyway. See, he can do 3,220 with the Gungria, or whatever you want to pronounce it. I don't care. It's probably wrong. I don't care. Don't get anything from that fight, unfortunately. Now, you may be wondering why I'm not spamming high potions. Well, the main reason is because I'm saving them for the dungeon, and because you can very easily heal yourself to full here. Now, since we have all our party members that we want alive, what we do is instead, move forward a little bit here, is we use Kira, restore our magic. It's kind of like the Dragon Warrior exploits in Dragon Warrior 1, where you can, there's like this old man that you can talk to and he'll restore your magic, and you can just use that to heal yourself to max. Okay, so save data 3. It's been about 21 minutes. Let's see here. No, actually, I think that'll be it for today. I know it's not a long episode like I usually post, but I can make it just one video, and I don't want to do the final dungeon, or at least a part of the final dungeon. I kind of want to save that to the full thing. I want to kind of do it all in one run. So, also, I kind of need to test, you know, make sure things are working right, know exactly where I'm going. So, I will be back. This is Axelsims. This is Final Fantasy IV. That is Cecil. And that is Kane. And Kane is a badass person. I don't know why in Dissidia they made his hair purple. I mean, it turns the blue, not the blue, it turns the blonde when he turns into his Holy Dragoon form. Spoiler alert, he becomes a Holy Dragoon. After you spoiler alerts. Which is kind of a rip-off of Cecil. Whatever, you know. Kane is even better than Cecil, regardless. That will be it for today. So, have a nice night, and yeah.